Now it's in English. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys.
That was so cute.
I know. Like honestly, sometimes it happens. I'm so used to talking to you in Spanish, but yes. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Today we have a very exciting topic.
Yes.
Don't make these mistakes when buying a home. So,
Yeah.
Elise and I, we were chatting about, this, and honestly, there are a few things that you should know in advance. So, in that way, when you are ready to go and put an offer, you sort of like are more sure about the whole process, and you reduce anxiety,
Yeah.
and you know that everything is gonna go smooth and nice for you.
Yeah. Basically, we want you to have all the tools you need for a successful purchase without the less stress possible. Okay.
Exactly.
As you know, consulting services from real estate agents and mortgage agents, at least in the province of Ontario, are complementary. So use that advantage, use that in your advantage, and contact us or contact your referred real estate agent and your referred mortgage agent, so the process can be very smooth. And I was commenting with Carla, I have spotted at least 4 or 5 like common mistakes, especially for first-time home buyers, right? Like you're ready to buy your first home, so you are so pumped up and you're so proud and you feel so full of responsibilities and you get so emotional about the process, and you decide, okay, I'm on my way, and you decide to go out and buy your home by yourself. Okay, this always has puzzled me, because why not to get a guide? I have asked people, right? Why would you start looking for homes all by yourself? And the scenario would be, because I can go into an open house. I see the sellers, the agent who represents the seller, and if I like the home, I can ask them to help me purchasing the home. But ask yourself, that agent is representing you or the seller legally? The seller, right? So he's gonna or she's gonna be working on the best interest of the seller, right? Not really you. Unless we were talking earlier about some legal commitments, we can leave all the legal part for a different episode. And basically, also they have told me, well, if I go directly to the seller's agent, I probably will get a great discount. Now, the seller's agent, if he's or she is really representing the seller, they have to work for the best interest of the seller, and that means getting the most possible for the home they are marketing for their client, right? So this is just a little grain I want to just put out there. I know there's a lot of information in all kind of channels and social media and articles you can read, but basically this is what it is. And I'm talking specifically to first-time home buyers, because the process, it may get really overwhelming if you're trying to do it by yourself, because you don't know what you don't know, right? Yeah. You don't know what you don't know. So you may skip some parts, and then it can turn into real headaches along the process, right? And well, having said that, the next mistake, which is also a very common mistake that I have seen, is that they start looking houses, touring around, going to their open houses on the weekends without a pre-approval, without a mortgage pre-approval. What does this mean? That you are probably looking for homes that are outside of your budget. Again, the same scenario. I go to see a home. I like it. I ask the other agent, the seller's agent, that you would like to put an offer. They are going to help you. They help you. And then you sign it. You happen to be the legal owner of the home. And then you go to your bank and you decide to do the financial process. And they tell you, you know what, you don't qualify to purchase that home. Oh, but I can prove I don't have the funds to buy it. That is irrelevant, because the point that you are legally bound to purchase the home has nothing to do with the financial situation. So even though you may prove that you don't have the funds to close, you are legally forced to do it, or to have go through some really strong compensations to the seller, because they also had their own motive. One, they were selling, probably they were buying another home, and and you added that extra stressor to their process. So it's very important to get a pre-approval, and you do not get pre-approval when you're looking for a home. The pre-approval, you get it even before you step into the car, before you get out to go and see homes, because it's just
it's not that pre-approval that you get in a website. Please,
no.
I have it in my website either, even, but I never suggest for you to use it to go and buy a house. Use it to give you an idea. That's a good tool for you to start to see where you're at and stuff like that, but never to go and really put offers. What I suggest is for you to contact your mortgage agent, contact me, and we can go through the process together. What I do for you is literally I treat it as if you were actually applying in that very moment for a mortgage. Why do I treat it like that? Because if we don't treat it like that, then if you start to put offers and something, happens and everything, we want to make sure that you are able to buy that home. So I treat it like as if was a real approval. I will ask you for all the documents that we need to get in order for us to get the mortgage, to make sure that we are able to prove everything that we're putting in the application. Some of the mistakes that some first-time home buyers make is to go, as Elisa was mentioning, is to go and put offers without the pre-approval. And another one is that they have the pre-approval, but they don't know when to close the transaction. For example, sometimes, you know, the pre-approvals only are for 90 days or 120 days. So you need to make sure that, you are able to close on time, and why not? And it is crucial, and more because the market is the market. When I say the market, I'm talking about the interest rate market. Interest rate market right now is very, very volatile. Whatever you actually qualify today is completely different to what you can qualify tomorrow. So that's why it's very important for you to crunch those numbers and also book a rate. When you book a rate, you are going
You are
to,
locking it, right? Because
yeah, when you're booking it, you have it for 120 days.
Yeah.
So as long as you close in 120 days that dream home that you want to buy, then you know for sure that it's going to happen. And one of the things that has been happening is that you know people say like, oh, I got a pre-approval like about a year ago, let's say, for instance.
Yes.
And they say, I know how much I can qualify for, but let me tell you guys that whatever was 1 year ago or a year and a half ago,
Even a month ago, right
even a
now.
month ago,
Yeah.
exactly, is totally different now. So it is very, very important that you reach the professionals for you guys to make the best educated decision. Okay. So,
So there are two ways why you would get a pre-approval. One, when you feel you're ready, when you have done your homework previously, when you have saved the money you wanted to save to put as a deposit, when you have some funds ready, and then all this homework is done. So the properties you see, you don't get overwhelmed. Instead of what you're looking for 50 homes, there are just those 18, 20 homes that are in your budget, and you know exactly what you're looking for. And regardless if you like them or not, you have the power to purchase them. So there's no
exactly.
stress with that. And you can act right away on it. And the other way you can try to get a pre-approval is it's what if you're not ready now, let's say if you're ready in 6 months or 8 months, you can still contact Carla and say, this is my plan. This is what I know I will accomplish in 6 months, 8 months. Tell me, what do I need to get there? This is my financial information today. This is my, let's say, my x-ray, my financial x-ray right now. Help me to see where I'm going.
Yes,
So you see, it is not, you don't have to get a pre-approval because tomorrow you're going to buy a home. All right.
exactly.
And basically, because she's saying you have the advantage to have this, they call it in your world, they call it to book an interest. In my world, we call it locking an interest. You
Yeah,
can you can lock it for several months, so you can relax. And if Bank of Canada comes back again to say whatever, okay, your interest will be honored until through the entire process, of course, because it has a time limit, of course, right? Like she
of course.
mentioned.
Yeah, it's usually the 120 days to 90 to 120 days
Okay,
approximately.
here, Carla is the best. She's an amazing, and she will get you the best rate and deal for you and your
Uh,
family. This is
Thank you so much,
Elizabeth Correa.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Correa. Yes.
Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it, Elisa, Elizabeth. Yeah. So yeah. To be completely honest, is the best way for you guys to do it, because yeah, we are in a very, very interesting time right now, because the key here is that properties are not rapidly going up. In the opposite, there has been a little bit of a slowdown in the increase of the value of certain areas. I'm not gonna say all the areas, because as Elisa and I know, certain pockets are still, going, for, like, they are still increasing, but some areas are not increasing as much. But here is the key, that if you're not 100% ready right now, that's fine. We can prepare you. So in few months, in a year, in whatever time you need for you to be ready, we will make sure that you get that dream home that you really want. So reach out. Even if you guys are not 100% ready, that's fine. We will get
Yes.
you ready.
And thank you for sharing that, Carla. And the other thing I have seen that people call me very excited, Elisa, I'm ready. I am so ready. These are all my savings. This is all my deposit. Let's get it. I said, no, you need to account your expenses. Buying a home is actually, it's very expensive to buy a home. There's a lot of expenses you need to incur before you take possession or at possession day, right? So it's not only about the deposit. Some of the most important are land transfer tax, which is huge, thousands of dollars, right? Another insurances, legal costs, lawyers, deed insurance. There are many other little expenses, but when you start adding them all, then it is a considerable amount that you
Yes.
need to take into account. And Carla mentioned me earlier today, right? How she does it,
Yes.
when because it's very important, like they would say in my country, to the priest and the financial person, you always have to tell them everything, right? So like you told me, right? You told me when you ask, is this all the funds you have? Because you need to take that in base to calculate to the lower end. So tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so one of the most common things that I noticed, especially in first-time home buyers, is that they say, you know what, I have $50,000 for down payment, and I'm like, oh, that's great. Do you have any extra funds? No, that's all my lifetime savings. That's everything that I have. So then I say, you know what, uh, just for now, I'm just gonna take $15,000 for the closing cost. I just don't want you to be running around for that extra cash. It really depends on the value of the house. It really depends on where you are actually buying, because if you buy outside Toronto, it's much cheaper than if you buy in Toronto. So long story short, every single property has its own numbers. So what I do is I tailor those closing costs to your profile and the house that you're buying. So don't worry, we will take care of that, and we will do all the numbers. So first, what I do when somebody comes to me is I give them a general pre-approval, one that they are going to have a certain amount for property taxes, certain amount for land transfer tax, for sorry, for closing costs and stuff like that. But then when the client has selected the property, we will make sure that those numbers fit the pre-approval, and if we are able to increase it for a little bit because maybe the property taxes are a little bit lower, then we're able to adjust that pre-approval. Okay, guys. So um, this process is all done very, very, very diligent to the to the person's profile. It's very customized. So and it's what you want, because at the end of the day, when you're putting offers, we want to make sure that, remember, we're doing a pre-approval, one approval before the real approval. So we want to make sure that when we go to the lender, that lender is going to tell us, yes, you have here
Approved.
your approval. Yes,
Approved.
stamped.
Yes. Yeah. I like that insight you gave to us because that is really important, you know? Yeah. Yeah. So, mm, oh, yeah, we were having fun to talking about what else when, especially first time home buyers, because they just look in the homes and they imagine themselves living there right away, and they fell in love with a home and they want to put an offer, and I said, but we have only a couple of hours here, do you think we can make it? There's no inspection done yet, we should be running a home inspection. And they go, no, that's okay, the house looks nice. No. No, it's not
No,
how the house looks like, because there are many things your eyes are not I cannot look at, because you don't have trained eyes to see what could go wrong in that house. And there are defects that are evident, and there are others that are not that evident in a home. So a home inspection is really, really important. Even though if you decide to be there and buy it, do it after you bought it. Still do the home inspection. I used to do that, Carla, in this very hype, before the pandemic, we had a really strong year. People were literally buying without home inspections. I still will send them an inspector after they bought, because
yeah,
they need to know, because it's like a tooth. If you have, a crack in a tooth and you don't take care of it,
it's
it's a
gonna get
disaster.
worse and worse and worse.
Right.
And
But if you catch it on time, then you can remediate whatever is there. But
exactly,
now it's a great time in history here, especially in the GTA, in the Toronto area, because the market has slowed a little bit. It's still a balanced market, but now much more homes have provided that opportunity to run a really formal home inspection.
exactly.
Because you don't know anything about the humidity in between the walls, in the basement, floods, structural problems, how the attic is inside, how is the insulation. There are so many things, how the HVAC, the heating and cooling system works, right?
Yeah.
The roof, the windows, the age of many components in the mechanics of the house. So a good home inspector will give you that report for you to evaluate before you sign in on that dotted line.
And I have to say, Elisa, that I really have seen some clients that come back a few years after and say, you know what, we need to refinance our mortgage because we have to fix all these problems. We didn't put an inspection,
Mm.
and now we have to fix these things. And I mean, that's why I really like Elisa because she's a very straight shooter. She's gonna tell you, you know what, this house, don't buy it. And I think that type of integrity is what you want in your team. You want to make sure that the person that is next to you is giving you the best advice, and she always provides that a
Oh,
hundred.
thank you so much for that feedback. Yes, I get quite kind of involved with all my clients, thinking that this is also for me. So, yes. And along the lines there too, right? Also, the other uh, deceiving part of the home buying process is the staging, home staging. Because
Oh,
when I represent sellers, that's perfect, because that's what you want to do. You want to beautify the home as much as you can, so you can receive top dollar for your home, and it works. But as a buyer, my buyers would tell me, okay, Elisa, I got it, I have to see beyond the staging because I need to see, beyond the paint or this and that. And they enter the homes and they're like, oh my God, did you see that lamp? Look at that furniture. Oh my God, this living room looks great. I said, hey guys, focus. Right.
it's very small there. I'm kidding.
So yeah, and that goes a little bit with the home inspection when people get in love with the staging, right? In fact, it was very funny to me. I actually was representing a buyer a few weeks ago, and I typically encourage my buyers to go to do a pre-closing inspection 24 hours before that, just in case. So I take them to visit the home, just to visually inspect whatever they're gonna get for the following day. It's in the state they saw it the last time. So this selling agent calls me. Hey, I saw. I noticed you booked a final inspection, but please know that we already took all the staging furniture out. It doesn't look the same, eh? He was so worried.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Sometimes when you see it like so nice, like if you were like literally like entering into like one of those magazines that everything looks so
Yeah.
beautiful and everything, and
I know, my sellers tell
uh,
me after we run all the marketing material, the photographer and the prints, they go, "Oh my God, I want to buy my own home."
yeah.
Yeah. So guys, be careful, okay? Be sure.
Short.
Long story short, first talk to a professional,
Yeah.
okay? It's really nice when you're starting to look for homes to get your very loving feedback for your friends and family, but they purchase in different times.
Hmm.
The Everything is different now, so just approach get that feedback, bring that feedback to your professional, real estate professional, or mortgage broker. uh, Tell them what did you hear in your feedback, so we can tell you exactly, okay, what is still current and what is not current anymore. No, so. And when you go to look for a home, like Carla mentioned, this pre-approval can be for a longer period of time. Know that in average, a first-time home buyer, at least in the GTA area, starts officially like informing themselves through the professionals between 3 months, even 18 months before they solidify the purchase. So if you don't feel you're quite ready, don't be shy, just contact us And Carla, if you're not that ready, Carla, she's amazing and giving you a plan of action so you can get to your goal and achieve your dream, right? So step by step. So, and in fact, if you think you're ready and suddenly it happened that for some reason you're not, then you have a plan. Sometimes, right, Carla, sometimes it has happened to us that it's all the way around. I don't think I can buy it. I'm like, oh, look.
Yes, exactly,
You're
exactly.
ready.
And you know, guys, I'm gonna say this, like it is it's so many little things that we have to take into consideration, and my plan is always taking into consideration that I want to save the most money to you guys. So I'm gonna plan for, even, how much it has to be in your credit score, how much, how, like, I'm gonna teach you some strategies for you to maintain that score, and also, um we will make sure that, we guide you in the right direction for you. When you are ready to buy, you get the absolute best rate in the market. So that's my strategy, and that's my my mission. So reach out, and we will make sure that you get the best plan for you to get to your destination a lot faster, and also with the best rates in the market.
Contact Carla at 647-456-6864. Call her, please, or DM her, or myself at 416-939-4497. And if you found this live useful, but you jumped in late, or if you would like to share it with your loved ones, please feel free to do so. These programs are saved in our social media networks, in our YouTube channels, LinkedIn, Facebook, and also on Instagram. So revisit. Huh?
Well, it's not here
Oh,
anymore. I'm sorry.
I
It's
know. I don't. Honestly, I don't like anything about that X. Like zip.
really, I really, why I really like it right now, because it's
Really?
the only social media that you can actually see news. So that's why I like
That's yeah. Well,
it.
yeah, yeah.
With all
Okay.
these changes, and why
It's
not?
just when I open my phone and I see, my my folder with the social media icons, it just a black X is like,
You
no,
don't like the logo, but you use
no,
it, but you don't like the logo. Okay.
no. The logo is like it means like no, like get out of here. I don't.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
my,
That's just the perspective that you have. Okay, okay. Now I understand.
no, no, yes, and you're
Yes,
right.
logo
Here in
about
Canada
it.
is different. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate your time, and we're here to assist you if you have any questions. Again, if you're not ready, don't worry. We will make sure that you have a plan so you can make that dream happen. All right. Thank you so much, Elisa. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. See you next time.
See
Bye.
you next time. Thank you. Bye.